Check, mic test. Alright, there. Good day, guys. Good day to you. Good afternoon, good morning, good evening, wherever you are. Welcome back to the channel. This is Practiphile. And yeah, we are. Let me just turn it off. We are in for another stream today. Again, as I've said in my post, we are going to do Hidizs. I don't know how to say their brand really. Hidizs. I'm pretty sure it's Hidizs. Because anything with HI, it's not really he, but it's a high, I think, because it's hi-fi, right? High fidelity. Ooh, good morning there, Adam. Adam. All right. So, yeah, I got too lazy, and I didn't do the what's this one here? Graph. But it's fun. I'm blinded. I don't know how it graphs, so all based on my first impressions. So yeah, I've been listening to the binary audio EP 321, so I'm pretty sure my ears are flushed. That is a very balanced sounding set. I like it. I really like it. But I'm trying to find out if there are what's this one here? QC issues, because I feel like mine graphs really, it graphs a little bit, huh? Let me just turn it on here. It graphs a little bit higher on the mid bass for my unit, yeah. So not sure what's going on there. Compared to other graphs wherein it's more like sub bass over mid bass, mine is like mid bass, which is the perfect. It is a perfect sound, but I just want to figure out if But anyhow, we are going to do the first one here. Are you able to see that? All right, the MK12 in here. Hidizs MK12. This is, you already know, a lot of reviewers have reviewed this already. So you probably, so this is a single DD. They say it's a hi-fi dynamic IMs with 12mm magnesium alloy. Oh, okay, this is the one with the dragon magnesium alloy stuff. Okay, wow, this is cool. Look at that in there. Are you able to see that? Yeah, it's cool looking. How about this angle here? Alright. Are you able to see this? Nah, it's... I'm planning on getting a better camera, okay? I don't know, just a different one. I'm trying to work on, because I have the, I have an Insta360. I bought one, but it doesn't work as a webcam, so trying to work that out. If not, I'm just gonna buy a better webcam just for the close-up views, when I unbox stuff. All right, and how about the cables? Let's just unbox this one here. All right, I don't. Oh. Wow, that's a lot of ear tips in here. Yeah, okay, so where are the ear tips? One ear tip is, oh man, I don't like nozzles. What is even the stock nozzle on this? Man, I have the red, so balance, I'm just gonna use the balanced one. One ear tip is missing though. Small ones. Oh, okay. Oh, no cables. Okay, so let me just get the ear tips first, okay? So the balance seems to be like the normal AAT. Do the overhead? Yeah, I know. Point of view. I'm gonna do the overhead point of view. Definitely. But I don't know where I can put that here though. Like maybe get some arm or something. Definitely I'm gonna do that, yeah. So the cable is okay. Wait. I'm not organized here. Sorry about that. Oh god. So how much is this? Hidizs MK10, is it? Price. Let's see. Really? I thought these were more expensive. Really? And sorry, is it I'm sorry, it's not MK10, it's MK12. Okay, it's yes, it's $164 or to $200. Okay, so these are not. So since it's $164, this should fall in my 121 to 250 price category. I'll show you what it looks like. There, it's my 121 to 250 price category, which is kind of full and kind of like, how do you compete with these guys in here? We have got the Let Sure stuff, the Do New 142, Chopin with no Zigot, the Cranier, and the honorable mentions. You have the Sleevo stuff, the Nova, Dyna Quattro, the Lush, Dragonfly. I do not know. But hey, like the single DDs here, it's dominated by the Falcon Ultra and the not really dominated, but and the Wood Note. So I think I remember how this one graphs, because this was released I think earlier this year, and I didn't get a sample because you know the story, you know. I was too honest with my review on one Hidizs product. So for you guys who didn't know the story, I reviewed, what was that? I forgot. Mermaid, something like Mermaid, and then both of them, not both, like there's a very bad channel matching. And I think I still have it. Wait, let me just go back there. I'll show you. So, MS3? Is it the MS3? No, it's not the MS3. MS2? It's the MS2. Alright, so it's Hidizs MS2. And I told the rep at that time, like, my unit is weird. Like, there's channel imbalance, not good channel matching. It's like, if you look at this graph, this is like two different IEMs except for the treble, right? Like a different peak. It's just very, very odd. I emailed them and I told them I cannot make my review, and they said like, and they emailed me stating that the engineers said that this is still in their acceptable something, like in an acceptable range of. This is so audible, dude. This was so audible. So I was a jerk. You know what I did? I reviewed both left and right. I can't do it. I told them I can't. This is not possible. Like, give me a new unit, or you know, I can't do it. But you know, they were very persistent. Like, you know, do your reviews and stuff like that. And so I reviewed both left and right earpieces, and they got pissed off, and I think they blacklisted me because of that. I was too honest. So the cable is rather of for $164. This cable is, it could be better. Okay, it could be better. Why? Because dude, the cable on the Wood Note, the Tostura Wood Note, is amazing. It is just amazing. Okay, so here we go with the Mark 12. Fit is actually pretty good. They like this dragon scale design. Like Hidizs likes this dragon scale designs. All right. So yeah, fit is nice. Okay, I think I'm ready to do my. I know. Some companies prefer that, but Hidizs did not want it. I don't know. They just. And I think I have to. Oh, and it almost happened with the. It almost happened with the what's this one here? The nice HK, the dongle, that it didn't work, and then I told them I can't review this, it's not working, and then they said, okay, let me get back to you. I'm gonna ask our engineers, and what they did is it was just actually just a flashing problem. Good thing I was, I have some idea on flashing. I was flashing ROMs before, Android ROMs, way back when it was still Froyo or gingerbread and ice cream sandwich. I was an XDA guy, if you happen to know XDA. But yeah, I flashed it, worked perfectly. All right, let's do this one here. First impressions of the Hidizs MK12 Mark 12. What is this diaphragm again? Like pure magnesium alloy. That is very, very catchy. All right, Unwell by Matchbox 20. Okay. I have the red one, by the way, so I'm not sure if it's the stock or not, but these are warm. These are warm, definitely warm. Like reminded me of T Pro warm, the Manguard T Pro, yeah. Oh, XD has been OP for decades. I actually made my. I also I made my ROM too and shared. It was so easy back then. Um, Back then, let me just go sideways here. It was so fun. Those memories were so fun because you don't even. There were no bootloaders were not unlocked. I mean, it was so easy to unlock the bootloaders at that time. It was so easy to root them, except for Sony, where they always have their DRM keys, if you know what I mean. Yep, and then cook ROMs too. But it was so crazy because at that time, like texting in the Philippines was like a thing. We didn't have like there's chat, but texting was a thing in the Philippines, and so like every day I would ask like who is this because I would reflash different ROMs because I was, cooking ROMs and trying out different stuff, and I just don't have time to add the directory back into like who is this and who is this, and it was, I there was no chance of breaking my phone. It was a cheat, like it's just it was like going back to the factory. It was fun. It was all good fun. No bloatware or whatsoever improvement or something. It was so fun. All right, so yeah, these are warm. This is a warm set. Not a lot of details. Warm in a pleasing way, and it reminded me of the T Pro. The T Pro has that very, very good bass texture. This one has that, in my opinion. Um, let's try High Spring by IU in here. Oh, you used to cook Winmo ROMs? Dude, the vocals on this are so lush. Like, it's so forward. But not a lot of brilliance and sparkle, really. Let's try the bass in here. I have Get Lucky by Daft Punk. But this is very it is an engaging sound. Um Let me just go back in here. It is. It could be a little too. It can be a little bit, but it's probably just because of the nozzles. But let me find what the stock color is. Um. La. So gold and red and silver. Okay. All right. I see. I'm looking at the graphs now. By the way, um, these are dark, almost dark sounding. You know what? So it seems like the gold is the. Oh man, where do I even start, dude? Um. Shoot, like do you happen to know what's the stock color in this? Could be, yeah, it's the gold. Okay, let's just do the gold one here. Yeah, I know. The MK145 also has that tuning. So it's gonna be like a nozzle. Okay, now um it's not that I don't like uh it's not that I don't like the um the nozzles and stuff, but if you've modded enough, like do the moddings yourself and put different filters, you kind of like realize that yes, you're changing the physical aspects of the sound, but you also realize that most of the tuning actually comes from the this the internal structure and the dampening of the DD. Does it make sense? Like if you've done enough modding, you'll realize that most of the sound it comes from the internal structure, like how much like the chamber and stuff. It's not really hard for me. It's just that yeah, it's just that it's like ear tips, like just changing ear tips, you know? Like I know there are changes, but it almost feels like just and I know that there's a difference with like with the red and you remove the peaks, but I know there are options too. I know, I get that. It's not even it's probably just the graphing part that's a little bit hard, but let's try the gold one in here. Yeah. Now the gold one reminds me of the IM4. The what's the Fosse Audio IM4? Okay, let's try Polyphia playing God in here. Dude, this is gonna be a long time. It's gonna take some time to graph these. So, I'm not sure if I'm gonna graph them today though. Do you know what? You know what? Okay, wait. Like they actually said that like the Hidizs MK12 sounds really natural and stuff, but I do not really think that way. There is a weird timbre going on with the upper harmonics. I feel like it is a bit subdued. And so I already told you about the playing God, right? So they're using nylon strings. Um, and I grew up with playing the guitars. Like I am from the Philippines in Cebu, if you happen to know. And Cebu is the guitar capital of the Philippines. So like almost all household in there, they have a guitar. Um, I started my guitar with a nylon string because it's easier on the fingers, but eh. Anyhow, I know how string sounds. This I I just know. I just know how they sound. So, it's not natural with at least in this track, okay? Um they're subdued. The harmonics are subdued. Where was that? Are Hidis and Simgot related or work closely with each? I am not sure about that, dude. Um, but they are more connected than different. That's what I know. That's what I know. They're more connected than different. I don't know. It's yeah. Who knows? They could be. Um, they could be. Yeah. All right. So the treble, it's. I would probably say that the treble is actually on the almost on the dark side. So I don't know what's going on. It could be okay. This is just my assumption, okay? It could be the stiffness of the diaphragm itself because it's magnesium alloy. So I don't know if these are even stiff, and so they might actually require a lot of power. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put this on high gain. Just put this in high gain. And see. All right, let's do that one more time. If this even, I don't know. I doubt it's gonna change though. I really doubt that. It seems like the diaphragm is really no, it's not changing anything. It's really restricted. It has that weird tonality to it. So okay, let's try ego death. How about ego death? Dude, it's not. No. It's I don't know. Like there's the harmonics or maybe it's just a preference thing. I don't know. Do you know what? Or should I graph it? Okay, I'm just gonna try the silver, okay? I'm just try the silver. And let's start from there. I'm looking at other people's graph I'm cheating. But it seems like the silver and gold are similar. The ones that different is really just the red. Um or just I don't know, man. Like I don't know if it's probably just my ears. Dude, I don't want to try the silver. It I don't know. Should I graph this? Let me know, guys, if you want me to graph this. Because I might have a different. This might graph differently. So yeah, let me know if you want me to graph it. If you want to see my silence, and if you want to know how it graph sets, just let me know in the comments. If I see one that says yes, then I'm gonna graph this one here. But first impression is it's dark sounding. I didn't like the timbre at all. I don't know if you're gonna trust me with that though, because people have different preferences. But they did. I don't know. I'm not sure if the driver is actually capable of producing natural timbre, natural sound. I mean, like I said about the IM4, that the Fosse Audio IM4, I feel like the Fosse Audio 4 actually sounds better. You know what? I'm gonna check Paul if Paul has the MK12. No, he does not have. Really? Paul does not have the MK12? Oh, that's interesting. Yeah, I'm gonna do the 143. Now, the thing about this one here is, okay, let me see what. I know this is a planar, right? Who has the MP143? I just want to know what the stock one is. I don't want to. Really? Wait, really? Oh, wait. I'm sorry. I'm looking at the graphs and. Wow. Is it the red? No, it shouldn't be the red. Is it, or is it the red? Sorry about that, guys. Okay, let me just show you what I'm seeing here. It's more of like, okay, it's the red. Okay, it's the red. I was just surprised about like the no Pinot notch in there. That's interesting. Definitely interesting. All right, so I have a 145. The 145 definitely graphs really good. Balance, kinda. It's just, and the 143 is like, okay. So do I have the gold? Whoa, man, like I have the red and rose gold. I'll do the rose gold. Yeah, the rose gold seems appropriate. Dang, whoever. Okay, this is a tour, by the way. Okay, so this is not like. It's a tour. So. And this is priced. How much are these? MP143 should be. I don't know. Price. Why 129? I just want to know how much they cost. Come on, man. Why aren't they selling it on other 95? Okay, so 95 should be in this price range in here, right? Yeah, it could be a banger. Not gonna lie, because it's just, it's a planar in there. The 145 was nice, so I don't know why they released another one. The 143, I'm pretty sure it's as far as I remember, it's the same shell. But this was like, how many years ago was this? Like 2 years ago? I was still in Cebu. And then AJ, he had a unit because he's still getting units from Hidizs, and I was not, and I was interested, and yeah, I was able to graph it. Okay, so I'm pretty sure this is a good sounding planar anyway. Just because of how they graph. So I have the rose gold in here. Yeah, alright. Cable is... Did I show you what it looks like though? Alright. So yeah, again, it's the same. It's just a different colorway. If you know the MP145, you probably know 1/4. But it's from memory though. It's a little bit different. Like the shape is similar, but I feel the orientation might be a little bit different. I could be wrong. I could be wrong, but yeah, fit is still actually good. So I think I don't know, they kind of, I feel like they changed the orientation where you put the pins, but I could be wrong. All right, let's do this one in here. Same thing, Unwell by Matchbox 20. All right. Yeah. Planar, very planar sound. That symbol, just a symbol. It's very planar. But I already know. Okay. As expected from planar, good detail retrieval. But how about Under My Umbrella here by Incubus? Okay, it's a very balanced sound. Yeah. I'm pretty sure this graph's very close to the S12 2024s. Okay, that's very nice treble energy in there. Okay, let's try Get Lucky in here. Very, very tight bass. Again, as expected from a planar. The treble can be a little bit, not spicy. It's just, they can be a little bit forward. Because again, it's a planar, right? So, it's... Okay, Rose. I'm looking at Audio Amigos graph, and yeah, it is very close to the S12's 2024. Okay, let me show you. Right there. You see that? It's the Audio Amigos graph. And of course, it's very close, man. But I feel like, I don't know, like at least, so I'm gonna figure out later, because I feel like mine has a more prominent treble. It could be just a fit too, but it's very nice. All right. How about let's try The Worst by Polyphia. Dude, this can end up like, yeah, I mean, if it's the same, if you like, okay, so the SL24 is the first perfect scored IMs, right? And that's why I revealed my face. Um, but yeah, I definitely this can go into my top recommendations, but I just don't know it. Okay, I have the S12s in here, and I don't know why. Okay, I'm gonna A/B them. Okay, A/B both. I just feel like the S12 294s are just more refined than, but it doesn't say on the graphs though. Not on my rig. I'm gonna graph them later, but let's see here. Dude, the S12s are more open sounding. And it could be because of like this one in here, like the little bit of, you can see there's just not a lot of bass, and that's probably what makes the SL24s more open sounding. You see that there's more peak in the treble here, but it doesn't really translate to like a very bad timbre change on the cymbals. They still sound very natural though, like just very crisp. Dude, the S12s are just very open sounding, man. It's just so crazy. Woo. Okay, but it's not an S12 review, okay? It is. It is. Oh man, I'm always reminded that revealing my face is worth it every time I listen to S12s. Okay, what do I do here, dude? Like, should I graph them though? It's not interesting watching me graph, so I'll probably just do my first impression first. I'm gonna graph last. So that's what I'm gonna do. So impressions on the Hidizs. They're not quite the S12s, but this can be a substitute. So I'm actually gonna put this, but what am I gonna replace though? Definitely the DX1. Oh man. Yeah. Yeah, or the ED, yeah, I don't know. EW300? No. Yeah, definitely the DX1. Yeah, Hidizs MP143. Right, goes to my recommendation in there. So if you want a cheaper, is it a cheaper S12? Yes, it is cheaper in a way that it is cheaper in price and a little bit in sound too. The tonality is similar, but the overall feeling of openness, it's just very evident with the S12. They just sound more hi-fi. The 143 is more of like, yeah, you kind of like you get reminded with the S12s, but it's not as refined. I'm not saying it's bad. It's probably gonna end up an S ranker as well, but I'm just saying that although they graph fine, like looking at this one here, it looks like just a channel imbalance, right? But on listening they are a little bit different. So yeah, the MK12 though, I had very high hopes with the Mark MK12 in there. And even there was a collab, right? Like Duck Bloke, is it? Yeah, there was a collab. Let me see how it graphs in here though. Dang. So the duck plug is basically just the red nozzles, right? This is the red nozzles in here, by the way. So, all right. Dang. I don't know. I don't know what to say about that though. Like, the driver is very warm. Like, if you're a warm head, it is really good. But maybe it's just a preference thing, or it was, yeah. Wow, I don't know. But then again, like, people hear differently, right? I'm not trying to dismiss everyone's experience or something. We are all entitled to our own opinions, right? So in this hobby, I realized that there's really no like, you guys, the viewers, and us reviewers, we're equal. Oh, hi there, miss. We're all equal. Like, your opinions are as valid as mine. It's just that maybe we have time to review stuff and talk about what these sounds, but I don't think that we as reviewers, we are on the top of the audio chain. I don't feel that way, really. Because again, like, every opinion is valid. But at the same time, but it's also very hard to trust reviewers, because at the same time, okay, so listening, right? It's like anything you give time, you get better, right? Like, if I play more basketball, I get better, right? Everyone might have a different learning curve, but evolution says, like, if you do something and spend enough time, at least you get some improvements. And I think it's the same with audio. You know, like, if you listen to more stuff, you know, your ability to discern also gets better, evidently. But the there's something wrong with that kind of notion, because better at what? Like, better, I feel like better in picking my preferences. That's exactly, because we have preferences, right? Like, say for example, HBB, he likes bassy sets. He's listened to a lot of IMs, and he's definitely, you know, his ability to discern has gone better in finding out bassy sets, because that's what's his preferred signature, right? So that's just my opinion about it. And so, yeah, we get better. No. Yeah, maybe, like, so it's really about, like, choosing the reviewers with that shares the same preferences as you. I prefer a more balanced sound. Neutral. I like bassy sets, sometimes even V shape. But I'm more into, like, I really get thrown off with IMs, like, even if they have very good tonality, but if the timbre is wrong, I get thrown off. Say for example, I like the Defiant. Like, the Defiant, there's really nothing wrong with the Defiant tonally. It's very good for its price range, by the way. Did I put that in my recommended? Yeah, it's in my recommended, but I just really thought that the treble sounded cheap. I can't wrap my head around it. Wow, dude. Okay, I'm doing the AP80 Pro Max, and these is small. Look at that in there. It's like, I was expecting a little bit bigger. And okay, so I thought the JM21 is already small, but look at that. And I thought that my Shandling Anthrax was already pocketable, but look at that, dude. talking about pocketable. Okay, this can fit in with like this can fit in with my earphone case. It's crazy. Dude, I like the Let's Shower case because they're very compact. This one can fit in there. This is wow. Okay, I'm interested. Like, this is so much smaller. I'm surprised. Wow. I mean, I'm surprised because not now. I'm still probably am, but when I was a very mobile guy. So I lived in Japan before, and you know, going into train stations, stuff like that, and it, I just couldn't do dongles. I couldn't do dongles. It was just hard to navigate. And so that's why I started with DAPs, and Shanling M3X was one of the smallest ones around that time. And it has to be a volume wheel because it's easier to control the volume. But this is interesting. This is on another level of compact. This is very, very portable. And I already like it just because of its size, man. This is... Okay, let me just... How much is this? You guys know? Hidizs AP... What is this? AP80 PRO MAX. $189. $189. Okay, so okay, so it's an ESS DAC, which is okay. It has MQA, hifi OS. Oh, so it's not Android. It's yeah, it's probably okay. It's I don't know. The Gen 2 one is Android. I don't know. Maybe it's I don't know. So okay. All right. So it's not Android, but let me just find an SD card. Where is the SD card? Can I find one? Dude, this is so interesting. This is so small. But I would have wished it was Android though, but hey. So yeah. hibi OS. Hibi I think they are doing a lot of engineering in the DAP space. Yeah. Like they're doing a like engineering, yeah, I think that's I'm not sure if I'm correct in that, but I feel like there are very few companies that are doing DApps with their own structure. Shanling is one, and I think the rest is hibi. It's like God made the world and everything else is made in China. Hey, I know it's a I'm not trying to I'm Asian, okay? So I have the I can say that. How do you turn this on? Dude, how do you turn this on? Is it even okay, there it is. So it's turning on now. I put there. Okay. This is wow, that was a fast boot. Is it touchscreen? So I'm into music. Is it loading though? Dude, I wish I could show it to you, but it's system. All right, language. Okay, that's fine. Yeah, it does look like it's Hibi. Does look like it's Hibi. Files, SD card. But is it reading? Scan, okay. Updating database. So it does look like it's Hibi music. So, oh, the silence again of waiting. But anyhow, while waiting for this, this is already, yeah, I like the size on this. I don't like the fact that it's not Android. I'm not sure what your opinion is. I just probably because I tried to I know how to work around with Android. Dude, I know that there are like the software, it has the what is that? The app resampling for Android. And what was that? Like Viper Audio, I forgot. It was like something Viper before with the ROMs, and we add the Viper. There's PQ in there. We bypass Android resampling. But the thing is, I use UAPP anyway. And so if people say like, yeah, Android DAP based dApps are, you know, not there, there's UAPP. They do bit perfect, so they bypass Android resampling. Yeah, Viper 4. Okay, yeah, the Viper for Android. Yep. So I did that. It was hard to port that because I was doing Sony Ericsson at that time. It was a bit harder to port because Viper for Android was popular on Samsung devices and Xiaomi. It was harder to port, but I was able to do it. Like after a few years, someone ported it in our device. Or it came with the ROM. I think it came with the ROM. I forgot. But anyhow, I know. It's not a big issue. So I don't know what really is an issue with them. I like Android just because of, I don't know. I just, there's more freedom to it. Like if I want to tweak it, I could. And this is, and I've told this, but the thing about this is, so I think with the Fio apps, with the Fio, I think it's also Hybe doing it. So one of my issues is not really issue, but I was okay with cars recently. They are removing the 3.5 aux out, or yeah, 3.5. They're replacing it with the USB-C, and so there's no way for you to run your DAP if you don't have Android Auto. You can run it your phone. You can use Android Auto, but sometimes you wanna, you know, like use your DAP for that. But the thing is, they don't have Android Auto, and I think I talked to who was that? Like the rep, Joseph, the rep from Hybe. I think he's one of the software developers. There's just no way for them to test the GPS because it didn't dawn on me. I know that they don't have Google in China, right? And there's just no way for them to test Android Auto in there, and it totally makes sense. Just makes sense. Where was I? Oh yeah. So I'm gonna try the AP. What I'm gonna try it with? I'm gonna try it with the EP321 binary audio. Wait, like try what? Like what's the sound? Okay, I'm not. Yeah, No, it's there's really no. You don't buy DAPs for sound, okay? But just trying like the volume and stuff. So I'm gonna try. What do we have here? ABC. Okay. This should be enough driving anything. All right, that's nice. Do I have the playlist in here? So yeah, this should have enough power, really. Well, good point, man. Good point. um, I know. So, how do you pause this? It. Yeah, most cars have bad default speakers. I know. So I probably want to go that route. I don't know. So my work relies on like driving every time. So I'm probably gonna go that route though. Dang, that's a lot of work. I feel like it's more expensive than speakers. I didn't want to really want to go into speakers because I know it's gonna be a different rabbit hole entirely, and I'm gonna need to treat my room and stuff like that. I'm eyeing on like just desktop ones. I'm planning on getting the Kanto speakers, just a desktop and but enough at least. But also at the same time, I don't really find any use case. Like when am I gonna use those speakers? You know, um, unless I go back to mixing where it's that's actually my plan because my friend has a mini studio. He's got like everything in there, drum set, guitars, everything, and so um and we practice almost every week, and so we're thinking of, yeah, I don't know if I'm gonna buy a workstation, a digital audio workstation, or I don't know, man, get something for free, but I really want to mix my own track and use that as my test track. That's just the best way to do it, because when I mix the own track, I know where I panned the instruments, what I did with the instruments, but also I need to find a good earphone that you guys have access to. So I'm thinking any earphone that is less than $60. I'm gonna use that to mix the track, so that you buy that earphone. That would be the reference, and I just want to make a reference earphone. It's not it doesn't need to be a best sounding earphone. I just need it to handle lows, and because you EQ anyway. When you mix a track, you EQ tracks, you EQ different instruments, because people don't realize this. A lot of sound comes from the quality of the microphone. So, and the skill in EQing it, and there's just so many. There's a lot of things that's going on in mixing a track. You need to treat every instrument differently. You need to treat the cymbals differently and the bass differently. Um, there's just so many things to think about. Um, and with the audio files, they only get the final product of, you know, the final mix, and then I don't know. But yeah, so that's my project for this year. I'm gonna try to make a track. I don't know if it has vocals. It's probably just instrumental or something, and I'm gonna start from there. Yeah, that way I would be able to demystify soundstage, because I know how big I made it. You know, like I'm gonna demystify everything, like I don't know, like layering and I'm gonna demystify everything because at that time, and I'm gonna share to you guys what I did with the track, and you know, if you listen to it on a search, say for example, just say for example, I mix that with binary audio AP321, then the AP321 becomes the reference sound, and so any changes would be very easy to, I don't know, discern. Cars are even more difficult than rooms. That's what I thought. Yeah, I know. So, um, you know, like I'm even skipping speakers. So how much more with cars? So okay. So let me just go back. So I like how compact these are. Oh, but are they able to drive? I'm pretty sure these can drive headphones. I do have one headphone. The JT3 from Fio. Where did I put them? I'm gonna find them for a while. Okay, alright. So. Wow. Okay, so I have the JT3 in here, just checking how these can drive stuff. Where's the right though? Left, blue. Okay. Pretty sure this can drive because it has 4.4 balanced, right? So I have 4.4 in here. Let's see, what do I want to listen to? Man, I want this is alphabetical. Can I do artists? Who do I want to listen to? How about Dua Lipa, yeah? Don't start now. Yeah, it's able to drive it just fine. Or is it? Yeah, should be fine. So I'm in like half to get like proper volume. Yeah. Dude, these are nice. These are nice. Like if you don't really mind how do I exit from this? These are nice. This AP80, if you don't mind Android, it's not Android. These are very good. And this is ESS. I actually, I don't know, I just recently realized that I maybe prefer ESS based sources only because they do treble a little bit better. Yeah, than Cirrus Logic. Cirrus Logic is, they're nice, they're flat, but I just feel like it's not about the brightness, it's like how they do it. So, and I know it's not about the DAC, okay? It's the implementation itself. So when I say it's the DAC chip, I'm talking about the whole chain on ESS implementation. because I know they are using like a different. It's just different. I just like how they do stuff. With AKM, I feel like they have a like a treble roll off, and maybe that's why people think they sound natural. Um, and Cirrus Logic, they seem to be more balanced. So there's good balance of bass. Not it's not if okay. It's not about the tonality per se, but it's more of like I don't even know what I'm talking about, but this is just maybe like a placebo impression, okay? But this one here seems to be, um, it is. I like this sound better than the JM21. I have the JM21 in here, but I would probably prefer the JM21 because it's Android. But just based off on its, I think I can use. It's just that I don't even know how to make a playlist. I don't know how I can upload my playlist, or even if I can upload my playlist. Maybe maybe there's a way to do that. It's I don't know, a play playlist. So, but I don't find a playlist in here. Like I have files. So it doesn't make sense for me to. Maybe I can make a playlist here, but how? Stream media. So you can stream, and you go to music, and you only have like all. You have all and files and albums, artists. Hey, Misk. Yeah, I did see your message. I got the chance to listen to Harha. Yes, you are correct. Um, they are very close. They're very close sounding to Yoroshika. Yes, but they're really nice. There's a very high energy group. I subscribed, of course. It's nice. I listened to some of their songs. Um, Yeah, so I'm thinking of maybe going to Apple. I was an Apple subscribe. I subscribed to Apple before, but now I don't know. So I'm thinking of like doing YouTube or Apple. So I'm still torn between doing YouTube or Apple. I don't know. It's just YouTube has more discovery because, say for example, like there's just more discovery with YouTube. There are a lot of artists that made videos, but they're not available on Apple. But Apple also for the quality. Most artists in Japan, though, they almost always upload their songs on Apple. I mean, like I used to have Apple. I like how Apple does it. I tried the Amazon. Um, Discovery for Amazon is it's okay, but Apple is better. I just did the Amazon thing because is it even the Amazon? Is it Amazon Music? Yeah. Just because I'm my wife is a Prime member, and so it's a little bit cheaper if I go Amazon. Oh, you used to do YouTube Music. Okay, why you stay with Apple? I'm pretty sure it's the quality, and you listen to most of the stuff that like they release anyway. I know. Yeah. Can you tell me why you stayed on Apple? Music quality wise though, I prefer. I think I prefer yeah, okay, I'm just gonna go to Apple. um and it's funny because I don't even use Apple Music on an Apple device. I use Apple Music on my DAP, Android. Yeah, I know it doesn't really make a difference. I just feel like uh I don't know. I don't even know. I just like Apple suggest. When I was with Apple, I like how they suggest stuff, you know. Um and I discovered a lot of artists because of Apple. I feel like their system is better. I know it doesn't really make a lot of difference. But why not YouTube Music? I mean, like I'm pretty sure there are a lot of music on YouTube just because there's just too many, I guess. All right. Anyhow, I am gonna dude, I don't want to spill this. Put my coffee in here. I'm gonna do some graphing. We do the boring part now. Um, yeah. Fuck. Think how fast does the album art load on AP, and does it compare with Hibi R3 Pro 2? Hibi R3 Pro 2 is Hibi R3 Pro 2. Yeah, I think this is also not. It loads pretty okay. I have not used the Hibi R3 Pro 2 to be honest, but I just don't know the workaround of how do I add my playlist. I know you can do it, but it's just easier with Android because you just save the metadata for your playlist and boot, you have it, you know? It's but with operating systems like this, I'm pretty sure there is a way to add a playlist. I mean, if you don't mind just looping everything, that's totally fine. And if you go to albums and but and it's made by Hibi anyway. The OS is Hibi anyway, so you can also search, but I wish they're able to, yeah. Yeah, it's the fat one. Yep, I'm looking at that here. I honestly don't know. They might actually just have the same OS. What is this? Oh, I don't know. So you have MSEB. It's definitely Hibi OS, dude. Because there's MSEB. It's and you have does it have PEQ? Is it parametric? Oh, it's not really. Oh, well, that's too bad. It's not PQ. It's just an equalizer. You have the gapless playback. Yeah, it's oh, okay. So the listening stats, where is I? The only thing I miss about YouTube, okay. Yeah, I'm probably gonna do Apple anyway. So what do I do now? Dude, just thinking about having to graph 6. I have 2 sets, but I will end up graphing 6 of them because of the nozzles. Oh man, this is okay. I don't even know what I'm doing, dude. Like, all right. Yeah, keep me busy in here. So let's start. I am gonna I'm gonna talk about something else while graphing. Okay. So I go to, where do I go? Brew. All right. So I don't know, dude. Like, they sound good. They're very, very portable. I don't think there's a lot of difference with the Hibi R3 Mark II. Like, I'm probably gonna choose the AP. Like, if they have the same OS, because I didn't have the chance to. I'm probably gonna choose this one here just because of the size. And it's Hibi. It's probably gonna be the same OS anyway. But then again, I'm probably gonna choose this just because of the size. It looks like just a freaking dongle, dude. And it's amazing how they're able to put everything in here. I just wish there was a way to upload my playlist in there. I'm pretty sure there is. All right, let me graph this one in here. But yeah, JM21 still for me though, just because of the it's easier. Sound blaster, SPL meter, calibrate. Oh, is it too loud? That's enough. 15. All right. Let's graph this boy in here. I'm pretty sure this looks very close to IM4. Fosse Audio IM4. Oh man, that's a lot of peak in there. Did I hit the 8K? Not quite. Going back to Harha, yeah. They I like the band. Yeah, we talked about Harha, right? Harha, they're nice. And I understand why you said they're close to Yoroshka. I kind of like get that, but I also feel like they have a character to their sound, and it's almost like the same BPM. So it's like Yoroshka in the thing about Yoroshka. The thing I like about Yoroshka is, dude, I cannot hit the 8K. The thing I like about Yoroshka is like they go from jazz to like soft rock and just like different styles and genres. They're very, very talented. Everyone is really, really talented. But I feel like Harha is good. Yeah, they're good. And I feel like it's like the one aspect of Yoroshka that they play. If you've heard of what was that track? Like, there's a recent one. I know it's not. Yoroshika. So not NBA. Yoroshika is not Yoroshika on YouTube. It's Nabuna. It's the I can't the. It's not Play Sick. It's the the Dharma Grand Prix. Yeah, it's like very harha like sound. Where was I? Okay. Did I get this one here? So 112. Export as text. Hidizs. Oh, where? Oh man, where is it? Now it's gone. Oh man, really? There we go. Hidizs. I really don't know which goes first. The Z comes. Hidizs MK12 gold R. Is it gold? Yeah, I think it's gold. Yeah, I know. It's pure art, dude, I know. I know, dude. Like there's so much to the song itself. Like it just like the story and everything. And dude, Nabuna is he's a genius, dude. Like I think he also mixes everything in there. Like everyone is just so pro, dude. And they oh, there's a power saving feature in here. It's automatically shutting down, which is nice. All right. Oh, perfect. All right. I know it wasn't good for me either. That's why it wasn't good for me. And I talked about like even okay. So the one that has a really good graph is the red one. It has a better Pina notch. But I talked about like the driver sounding really I know it's so I'm gonna change it to the red. I'm actually just gonna graph one side. That's the trick here, you know, to keep my sanity. I'm just gonna graph one side. But yeah, I don't like if I'm being honest, I do not like the Mark 12, MK12. At first it was okay, and then there's something wrong with the timbre that is not fixable with the tuning nozzles, because as you can see here, like the gold one should have like maybe a little more. What's this one here? A little more upper mids energy, but on listening it was not like that. I still get the unnatural timbre on strings. The harmonics were just too subdued. The red nozzles are terrible. I know. All nozzles are terrible, and it boils down to the driver itself. I'm pretty sure it's the driver. It's just I feel like the magnesium alloy is too stiff. Did I hit the 8K? Well, not quite. So this is remove. Yeah, yeah, the gold is probably more balanced. That's good enough. Oh, why am I having this? Let me do that one more time. But like it's a driver thing. That's better, I guess. There's no distortion in there. All right. Okay. It looks good on the not. Okay, the thing about this one here. Okay, let me explain this one here. Let me just save this one here for now. And I go to equalizer. Where is that though? H Hidizs. Okay. Oh, dude, it's so dark. Okay, let me just remove this one in here. So it's way too dark. Yeah, it's way too dark. And I think I talk about the IM4, that it's really close sounding to the IM4, but I feel like the IM4 sounds a little better. Where is that? Hidizs. Okay, gold. So that's the gold in there. And if I'm pretty confident in here though, like, yeah. So yeah, it's pretty. Where's the red? Okay, so that's the IM4 in there, and but then again, I said the IM4 sounds a little bit better because of maybe of this elevation in here. But then again, it doesn't also say the fact that because a lot of people are sensitive to 5K. Okay, I am not. I don't know why. So probably I like shout. So my ears are accustomed to J-pop and K-pop. I don't mind that, but it's just too dark. It's all nope. Yeah, I don't know. So, but that's the red in there. So this is my balance target. Okay, my balance target is supposed to have actually a lot of bass, but this has more. Oh, how about the content? The content probably sounds better than this. The content looks better. Yeah, content looks better. Content looks. To be honest, I prefer the content. Like I'm to be perfectly honest, I prefer the content over this one here. Not kidding. Yeah, I mean, all right. Let's do last one. Silver. Silver is probably I don't know similar, but dude, for this price, the wood note is probably the best one to get. Like if you, yeah, I don't know, because this is 164, right? That's a lot of money, man. For a balanced sound, like what do I have in this price range? So 121, you have there's so many options, dude. Like there's Chopin, there's just a lot of good sounding sets. And you know what? Like a lot of people, okay, let's just say that during release, a lot of people are raving about this being good, okay? Because it was a little bit hyped because of the magnesium alloy, right? So, but how many people talk about it now? You know, like how many people talk about it now? And the reason why I'm curating everything in here that I like and I score S, they're usually in here. It's to be grounded. Is that the right word? Be grounded, or I am always reminded that hey, there are already good sounding sets. How do they fare with these? Okay, so because I believe we have reached the peak of audio tuning. There's no way around that. It's just is. We reached the peak of audio tuning, and I don't know. Yeah, we just reached it. Like everything, just and there are only a few. Maybe there are different targets, but maybe five, like warm, harmon, balance, something. Maybe even 10 of them. At least we are like companies are trying to, I don't know, make smoother graphs, at least on graphs. But we've reached a peak in audio tuning. Oh, really? Dang, really? Dude. I wouldn't like I can't dude, I can't imagine doing that though. Yeah, I cannot like even if I can discern the changes in cables, but people should be really honest. Like we really should be honest. You okay, just try blind test, okay? It's just a very simple experiment. Like you ask your partner to do a blind test and we just need to get humbled that there's really the change is so minimal that it's almost placebo. And I'm not discrediting placebo here, okay? I mean, it's a phenomenon. Placebo is a natural phenomenon, but a lot of people think that placebo is wrong. No. I mean, what I mean by that is, so when we say placebo, when we say placebo, so in science, placebo is a real phenomenon, right? Like say for example in medicine, so they test placebo and their medications because placebo is a real phenomena wherein the body really feels the change because of our minds, and it's a real phenomena. And so medicines have to be tested versus placebo in order to test its effectiveness, okay? Otherwise, it's just where, like pharmaceutical companies are just selling snake oil. They have to have an objective data that the medications really have an effect, and it's just not snake oil, okay? But it's not the fact that we're testing everything with placebo is because science recognizes that placebo is real. End of story. Okay? In audio, if placebo is giving you a great listening experience, why would you discredit it? You know what I mean? I mean, we're not scientists. We're not trying to prove, of course, in a marketing perspective, you need to do some testing, something. But the thing about this one here, this is consumption, okay? And it doesn't kill anyone. With medications, you're gonna end a life. You know what I mean? And so that's why they have to take into account the placebo effects of that, okay? But audio is a consumption. I don't see a point why would the, of course, in an objective standpoint and scientific, we need to experiment and do everything with placebo. I hope you get my point in here. My point is, even if it's placebo and if you're having a great time with it, why bother? You know. And going back to his said like audio meets, that is nuts, man. Like if I'm a rep, I know that yeah, there are changes in cables, but I probably won't go that far in like, hey, cable roll. Silver for me makes treble higher but less clear at the same time. Could be because silver is, we associate silver with bright and copper as a little bit dark, at least in color, right? But I suggest you do some blind test. I really do. I mean, I'm not saying that you. It's just interesting, you know. It's really interesting that the differences are actually negligible, like if you do the blind test, and it keeps you humble. So did I? Okay, red. So I'm done with the red. I think, did I do that already? Dang, okay. Did I do the red? Oh, okay, I'm just gonna... Override, okay. Oh wait, I did the red. Fuck, I'm kinda lost now. So I was supposed to do silver, alright. Oh, okay. Sorry about that. Yeah, it is the impedance changes. I'm pretty sure it is the impedance. Um, and also with balanced ones, there is a change in the balanced ones because balanced and they have a different structure in the circuit when you do balance, because I think you have to add a few more uh, amps to run balanced, right? So it's a different circuit overall and different components basically. So, ooh, that's nice. One shot. Okay. Let's silver in here. Have I tried silver? I think I have, but all right, remove all. God dang it. All right, next is I'm gonna do the MP143. It is a nice set though. I like the MP143. Dude, I know that. I know that exactly. And that's what I think I include that in my S12 2024 reviews. And I hate let sure cables because the hook, and I totally understand what you mean. No, I found it a long time ago. Let sure ear hooks suck, and I had to like use a heater or lighter to widen the hooks because sometimes the angle is so narrow, right? And okay, so if it's narrow, the IMs are gonna be forced in a different orientation, if you know what I mean. I mean, you can change the orientation here. Different orientation basically changes how waveforms are shot to your ears. And sometimes they actually pull the IMs a little bit out, and so it just has, yeah, there just changes. And yeah, I agree with that. Yes, ear tips. In order for me to have a certain consistency, I actually just use ear tips that fit really deep to my ears, and I recently I like the NF Akos ear tips. Because they're short profiles. What are they called? It's like the Tanch Gym ear tips, but I don't know what they're called. It just says NF Akos, but if you get the chance to get them, man, I prefer this over the coffee ear tips. I bought the coffee ear tips, by the way, but they're a little bit too wide. They are short profiles. The coffee ear tips are short profiles, which which helps. I lost my train of thought. Which helps with the insertion depth, but at the same time, since they're wide, you may actually have a shallower insertion. You know what I mean? The NF Akos ear tips, they are short, but they're not as wide, and so okay, it's MS42. They're expensive, man. Like really, 18 bucks. Yeah, MS42. Look at these. Okay, so NF Akos MS42. Yeah, check those ear tips. They're really nice. The nozzle, the bore size, it's big enough to not impede with any nozzle size. Yeah. All right, where was I? MP143. Okay, let's go. Yep, that is true. Yeah, there's so many factors to it, really. Ultimately, though... Okay, wait, where are the nozzles on this one here? What do I have? Do I have the... Is this the gold one, though? Yeah, I think I have the gold one. I should have... Yeah, I think I have the gold. Alright. So, yeah, I am really interested in seeing what differences are with the MP143 I have in here. Wait. Sorry about that. Okay. Yeah, I just thought maybe you want to see how I measure stuff. Okay, so... Yeah, it's like a cheaper... Let's sure. Oh, that graph's... Okay, that makes sense. Where's the freaking 8K now, though? Really? How do I get it? Man. Do I need shallower insertion depth? That is strange. I'll take that. I don't know. Can't even 8K. This is a very smooth set, by the way. And yeah. Kind of agree with the graph in there. But the S12 2024s, they're just more... They're more open sounding. But if I mean, it's sold out. That was only like a very limited run, right? But I can suggest this definitely. For this price especially, there's not a lot of good sounding planars out there, and this is close enough. Oh man, that it's fine. Yeah, it's good enough. Yeah. Like there's no 8K. It's like whoop and down. I mean, it's a planar thing, okay? Hidizs MP143 Gold R. And this one here. Gold left. So I go back in here. Remove. And upload. I think it's quicker. 143. You know what? It's actually very close to S15s. Yeah, that's what I thought. Like, I said, right? Like, even because I was looking at a different... I think I was looking at Audio Amigos graph. Audio Amigo... Okay, so when I was doing my impressions, I was looking at Amigo's graph with the MP143 gold in there. They look kinda similar, right? Right in there, but and I said like mine's a little bit different though, and this is the difference in here. Yeah, so it does sound more open. However, the S12, no, not the S12, it reminded me of the S15s. I could be wrong, but yeah, exactly. It's the S15s. So, the S15s, though, for me at that time, I felt like it had better. And it's not even better. It's like just more forward treble, more crunchy, more crispy treble from memory. But this is a good sounding set, like good planar sound overall. It definitely it's more refined, but between MP145 though, yeah, MP145 was probably a bit brighter. I don't know. I don't have the Ultra. It might actually be very close to the Ultra as well. I don't know. It just doesn't. It's good sounding, but I prefer the sound of the S12s because they sound more open. And I don't know. Maybe I just like that boost in there. I think I don't. Yeah, for my ears though, I don't really think I get a lot of fatigue in this area in here. I feel like I like the harmonics around 5 to 8K. It's more exciting for me. I don't like I'm very sensitive to peaks past 10K. For me it changes the timbre. Not all, but most of them do for my ears. So, all right. I'm going to do the what do I do? Silver first? Okay, I'll do the silver first. And yeah, next week is gonna be a lot of fun because JTiz, he's sending me the T Pro SE, the Hype 4 Mark IIs. The Performer 8S HiFi is not sending me the 8S. They said samples are limited. But anyhow, the important thing is I get to graph them and I get to listen to them. So next week is gonna be really interesting. I am going to graph them first before my listening. I don't want to waste your time looking at me graphing stuff, but hey, I mean, I appreciate that you're staying around. And I'm glad that I can continue talking. All right. Oh, this is interesting. Really? Okay, I need to get the 8K in here. Like, am I too deep in here? Dude, wait. This is probably good enough. Yeah. This is good enough. I mean, there's really not a lot of change in the bass in there, so it means I may be in the right insertion depth. There's a boost there. I don't care if it's 9K or something, but this is probably enough. Did I already? Yeah, it's okay. So this one's silver. Red is interesting though. It looks like flat. Reminded me of Mest series. Have you heard of the Mest? Like a Mark II or... I've heard the Mest Mark III. And I think I've heard the original Mest and Mark II in earphones. They sound good, but again, they feel weird when it comes not the tonality, but not the timbre, but yeah, a little bit of the timbre in a way, or maybe just the overall, I don't know, like overall play. Yeah, the harmonics aren't a little bit, they're not as forward, so mainly the cymbals aren't as snappy as I want them to be with the Mest Mark III. Yeah, but for the price, I probably wouldn't pay for it. And the cable was actually faulty, so it was a tour unit. I was in the Philippines, and the cable was not working, so I ended up having to contact someone to fix the cable, and paying for like almost $2,000 for a cable. And the funny thing was, the Mest Mark III with the whole package, I think it costs like almost $2,000. And if you only buy the unit without the cable, it's like $1,500 or something, which is like a $500 cable. That's... Oh man, like look at this. Like, oh dude. Really? Do I okay, I'll go a little bit deeper. Okay, this is like, this is an interesting graph, and so yeah, it reminded me of the Mest series. What is Mest? Dang. It's the same, dude. It's the same. 4 and 5. Where's 4 and 5? Okay. They're the same. I'll get this one in here for the red. All right. This is the MP143. I know it's the wood note, and I didn't edit them, so it's not the wood note. It's the MP143. MP143 red. Okay, and then I have the Mest. Definitely reminded me of the Mest graph, though. Quite okay. Hey, at least I tried. Okay, from memory. Yeah, but kind of like that, like a very low Pina something. But dang, this is gonna be dark. Okay, I want to try. Okay, I'm done with the graph. I don't want to upload this. I don't want to do the coding, but this red thing is interesting. Like, I want to hear. Just. Oh, this is gonna be weird. I don't know. Like, if you are really sensitive... Do you know why we have a notch at 3K? Anyone actually... Like, do you have any idea why that is? Alright. Oh. Okay, so let's see here. That is really weird, man. That is really weird. This is the definition of recessed mids. Yeah, this is the definition of recessed mids, man. So what ends up happening is the mids, the pinna notch, the pinna gain is so subdued in there. And so mids are really lower in SPL volume. And so you end up increasing the volume, right? But when the bass hits, it's like, oh my god, that is so... Okay, here we go. So this is the definition of recessed mids. I mean, some people might actually like it, you know? It looks crazy. Bass without... Now, the notch is the product of the coupler and their software. It's supposed to be pinna gain compensation. Like speakers don't usually measure that, or at least with headphones and IMs. But it is a pinna notch compensation. Because our I don't know. I don't know how to put that in words, but it's very, very overwhelming to explain to hobbyists, because I think it's more appropriate to actually look at like just a line. But then again, it's also hard to put a line because whose target? I mean, I can't make my target reference. We have different preferences, you know? So definitely I can't. So who do we follow, right? And so that's why I just stick to like the graph wherein there is a compensation of the pinna gain. Yeah. Okay, so I don't even know. Okay, so if you go to the ear anatomy, and when we hear stuff, those are being, so they get filtered in our ears, right? When they get filtered in our ears, the frequencies get amplified because of the shape of the ears. Okay, so they just change in form just because of the ear anatomy. Okay, now with earphones, you're missing the filtering system, the natural filtering system of your ear, and it has to be compensated with the gain, like just so that it sounds kind of like more natural in a way. And that's why you have a gain in there around 3K, 4K. And if you don't put a gain in there like this one in here, it's gonna sound like the MK red one. This definitely does not sound natural, okay? So you will realize that a notch or a gain around 2 to 3K actually sounds more natural for an IEM. And even with headphones, if you don't put a notch in there like this one in here, it just doesn't sound as natural as it should be. And so that's why we have a gain in there, okay? But real frequencies don't really have a notch, okay? It's just a compensation because we are, you know, we're not, it's just a compensation. I don't know who started it, who did it, but they're smart enough to do it. And it started a long time ago. It started with like Idiomatic, you know, like they did their own research with the peanut notches, and you know, they compensated it with a gain, and so yeah. I think that is it for my stream today, guys. Yeah, it's been a little bit. Okay, let me just. So next week it's gonna be a little more fun. Um, a lot of stuff. Yeah, from JTIS, dude. Like that guy's super chill. He's got a lot of stuff. I really, really wish I just and all I can help Akros. You know, he's got a lot of IMs, but he just doesn't have a squig, man. Like the data that he has is so valuable. The reason for that is I think he's connected with Penon Audio, and they're like a different um they're like a different vendor that has different audios like ISN and different different vendors overall. Not a lot of reviewers are covering those sets. I mean, there are, but I'm not sure if they have the graphs. Acros has a lot of sets from Penon Audio, but he doesn't have a squig. I don't know. Maybe it's hard for him to. I can help him though, but and next to that is probably JTIS. Like, it's a different hobby overall. Like collecting graphs is a different hobby overall. Like any kind of collection, you know, it's a hobby. Where is it? So, and oh, I'm actually, you know what? Like I know, like Linsol, they're like ghosting me or something. I mean, I don't mind that. I mean, I'm sure they have they're maybe looking at different portfolios of reviewers. Um, so I'm just gonna buy sets. You know, starting this year, I'm just gonna buy sets. I don't mind buying sets anyway, because I realized that I actually spend more with gas than IAMs. Every week, I think I spend like $80 on gas. No kidding, man, $80. And so I thought, like, dude, like, why am I even like why am even? I mean, yeah, I don't need those, but it's fun to review budget stuff anyway. So yeah, I guess that is it for you. Next week. Do check my live stream, because let me just, what do I get? I get okay, let me just reply to JTS here. He did say he's gonna send it today. I don't know, like my Discord doesn't give me notifications if I get something. So he's sending out the T Pro SE Hype Mark II. Oh, the Areta 2. And because I also sent him the High Senior Mega 5P and the Performer 8S. Ooh, that's gonna be a lot of things to review. I don't really want to feel like this is work, but hey, it's fun. It's there's a lot of stuff going on in here like that I don't like. I don't know. I'm just gonna say what's the bass, mids, treble, and done. So yeah, thank you so much, guys, for tuning in today. It's a little bit long, but yeah, these are the Hidizs products in here. See you next week. I am probably posting some reviews that are not interesting. The AP321 though, I think it is a good set. But before I post my review, I just want to make sure, because one of my friends, they're getting one, and I want to graph that. So I want to make sure that, you know, like I do the right review. I just, you know, I just want to, because if there's some inconsistencies with the graph or with their units, I need to tell them. You know, we need to tell vendors that, hey, bump up your quality, you know, your QC and stuff like that. Well, thank you so much again, guys, for tuning in. See you next time. Bye for now, and I'm signing off. Bye bye.